Welcome back to Enjoy Every Bite. Now, this part of the course is entitled Kale, Not Karma, and we'll talk about that more in just a moment. But really what we're focusing on today is why eat with mindfulness. Now, it's been said that the purpose of eating is to eat, and that's certainly true. You know, there are other considerations as well, the outcome you're looking for, which we'll talk about too. But really, when you get down to it, I've entitled this Kale, Not Karma because we want to take those big, moralistic implications away from the food we eat. Because really, whether it's a bowl of kale, which you might think is good, or chocolate, which we'll actually be eating in part 5 of this, there really is no moral implication to it. There's a certain outcome you might get. I mean, if you're eating all organic and whole foods, close to the earth, local, you're going to get a better outcome than if you're eating a lot of fast food, right? I mean, that's just really the way it is. But beyond that, let's start with a story. I'm a personal trainer. I've been doing that for a long time, and in that profession, one of the hazards is you have to get up very early in the morning. Well, the first few years I was doing it, I was getting up very early, but I always felt the need, and I still do, to give 100%, to be fully present there. And I thought, to do that, I needed coffee. So over time, the amount of coffee I drank kind of grew and grew and grew and grew to the point where if I'd have a cup in the afternoon, I'd crash. It wasn't working. I knew I had to make a change. That's what I knew because I was feeling bad when I drank it. Drinking more certainly wasn't helping. So over time, I slowly cut back, substituted in the morning, a little bit of green tea instead of the coffee, and that's where I am today. It took me several months to do that, but that was a process of change, a change I knew I had to make to feel my best. I'm going to ask you right now, hold on to this for the end of this part of the course, but what's one thing that pops to your mind that you really know you should probably let go of? Again, I'm sure there's one thing at least that popped up. Just hold on to that for the end of this portion. So let's get back to the point here today. Why eat with mindfulness? Well, diets don't work long term, do they? I mean, if you've been on one or more diets in your lifetime, and most people have been, there's a reason that every year, every January in particular, right, there's a whole new crop, a whole new brand of diets out there. But the big problem with diets is, and I have nothing against any of them because they can all work short term, but the long term, we're talking about your life here, they ignore your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, your environment, all these factors that go into why you eat and when you eat and what you eat. So what we're working on here today and throughout this course is guiding you in an intentional awareness, a more mindful approach to eating. The point being, of course, without judgment, remember, the whole point is, the objective is for you to intuitively know what to eat, when to eat, and then your why is really something that may change over time. And that can be your own. You don't have to share it with anybody, but it can be different over time. For instance, when I gave up coffee, my why was I felt bad and it wasn't working. That's a pretty simple one. You may have a why to lose weight, or to maybe you want to complete a triathlon, so you need to fuel yourself in a certain way. Maybe you just want to feel really great so you can play with your grandkids when you're 75. These are all different whys, and yours is the most important one for you. So the how. The how's pretty simple, right? If you're using Enjoy Every Bite, the book, in there's that 7-day guide to mindful eating, in which we take you through meal by meal, asking the same questions just to really ingrain them in the way in which you approach eating. Now remember what those questions are. Why do I want to eat right now? And that could be anything. It's everything from I'm at a party, I want to really enjoy this food, to yes, I've got a big workout tomorrow, I need to fuel for it now. The second question is, what is my hunger level? This might be the one you ask the most because you can ask it before, during, and after you eat, just kind of gauging where you are so you don't overeat, so that you're more plugged in and conscious of how much you've eaten. And finally, how will this affect my energy, my weight, my health? You can tie that in with why you're eating. But a lot of times too, if you're trying to lose weight, How will eating a candy bar affect my weight versus how will, maybe eating a salad with some good clean protein? Big difference, right? So as in each part of this course, we're going to have a mindful minute now. Today a little bit different. So go ahead and really, it's just 1 minute. Go ahead and sit up straight. Take a deep breath in and then close your eyes, okay? Now all I want you to do for a minute is follow your breath. In just 1 minute. So when you breathe in, you'll feel your chest expand, your ribs widen a little bit, maybe your stomach lifts up a little bit or expands. But just good, easy breathing. Let your arms hang by your side. As we go through this minute, if your mind wanders a little bit, just bring it right back to the breath. And that's all you need to do. That's something that's real simple to help you get a little bit more grounded, a little bit more calm. Before you start asking yourself those questions, what do I want to eat? What is my hunger level? And how will this affect my energy, my health, my weight? All right, so today's practice, let's go back to the beginning. Remember when I told you about letting go of coffee? And I said, I know there's one thing you need to let go of. Well, what is it? And that's going to be a practice for today. Go ahead and release that one food, even if it's just for a day, and see how that makes a difference in the way you feel. Or maybe just encouraging you to eat a little more mindfully, knowing that you don't need to have that particular food, that one thing you know that's maybe not working for you anymore. You don't need to have that in your diet. And keep using the Enjoy Every Bite 7-Day Guide to Mindful Eating. And I'll see you next time on Enjoy Every Bite.